What would it look like if we iterated on Derek's design of his minifigure stand that he uses at Brickworld into a next generation minifigure stand that could be used at any conference? That's what I'm going to explore today. I'm taking the experience that I gathered from working at Derek's booth at Brickworld, Michigan, and learning and visualizing all of the sort of little pain points that came out of Derek's minifigure stand, and try to fix it into a minifigure stand that is just better from a usability standpoint for Derek or me, or whoever is the vendor booth seller, and better for the customer experience. And so in this video, I want to walk you through a little bit of some of the pain points and some of the exploration I did and what I'm doing now to build the next generation minifigure stand. So let's take a look. Let's start with some of the great things about this minifigure stand that Derek built. It's cheap and it's really easy to build. You grab a whole bunch of Duplo, you make some pillars, you put some plates on top of it, and I think one of the greatest things about this was and something that I had never thought of was you could just have the bare plate up top and just stick the minifigures on there, but they become hard to, there's no real rhyme or reason where the minifigures can go. They can go all over the place. Derek wanted to use a base plate, a CMF base plate, to put the price on, which I thought was fantastic. And the minifigure would stand on the base plate, then you would stick the base plate somewhere on the minifigure stand that had one stud. This was great. It made it really easy to pull the minifigure off with the base plate, although there were some issues. The minifigure stand was a little bit brittle. It fell apart easily. We saw that a couple of times. The customer experience of pulling minifigures off was not as great as we would wanted it to be. I think we had the great intentions there, but it wasn't the best experience. Plates still getting stuck, figures coming off the plates, that kind of thing. So how do we fix that? And then how do we make it so we can easily replace the minifigures that sold without having to hunt around for the missing spot while somebody else might be asking you for help or wants to pay for something? So those are all the sort of things that we need to summarize, try to fix or put into the next generation minifigure stand. The first thing I needed to do was get some inspiration. So I went to Rebrickable and I've searched for a minifigure stand, and there's quite a few different minifigure stands that we could choose from. I really liked a couple of these for the series. Here's a Looney Tunes stand we could build just for Looney Tunes series. I thought would be really cool. Here's one for Marvel. They make them for Disney. If you've got time, you've got the little bit of investment, I think these would be really cool stands that you could build to really accentuate the minifigures that you want to sell. But what I really wanted was something like this, which was, a full stand that would hold like maybe 150 minifigures. That was easy to build with just bricks and kind of things. Maybe had a little bit of a look to it, and there wasn't much here on Rebrickable, but that gray one, I really did like that gray one. Here's one for Disney that I was talking about. I think it's you could reuse some of the brick heads for that. I also saw one that had a Disney castle, but yeah, I like that gray one. I was inspired by this. This one here is also really nice, although it only holds 50 minifigures. So some inspiration as we go. I did want to go look at BrickLink's gallery, so I went looking around through there, and I found this one, and I really like the slope in the front. This one also, like, it's using the CMF stands for the minifigures to stand on. It has some pins on the side so that you can extend them as many as you want. I really like this. I was really inspired by this stand that I found. So this is what I built. This is like my proof of concept. It's a small little stand that I put on a like an 8x16 base plate just to see if I liked it, and I really do like it. And so the idea here is that the minifigure would stand on a 2x2 plate that has 2 studs on one side, and it's like smooth on the other side, like he is there. And if I ever show, yeah, here we go. I couldn't get in studio. Studio sucks sometimes, but he would just fall right into this tiled area there. So there's that red tile that would make it really easy. I'm struggling with this. There we go. I got it in there. All he does is sit in there. And so when the customer goes and picks up that minifigure, it's just picking the minifigure straight out of the tiled area. And there's no studs holding it down. It's locked in place by the lip of the tiles around it. And then it's got that little curve in the front that sort of holds it there so it doesn't slide forward, kind of thing. And it's solid. It's a solid thing. So however you build the structure underneath it, you could use different techniques to do the support. I think it could become a really nice solid stand that you can move around easily without having to worry about it falling apart. Here, I'm just struggling with studio here. All right, so this is what it looks like all rendered out, and yeah, I really like it. I think it looks good. So I exploded it out onto a 48 by 48 base plate, and so this is what it would look like. With, you know, it will hold 144 minifigures, and I've left a few out so that I could show you know, what it would look like from the top as you're looking down on it to see, you know, to try to find the missing section, you know, the missing spots. But yeah, here's a 360 look of the whole thing. And then here's, we look down from the top of it, we can see, you know, the sections that are missing that we need to fill very easily. It's the red spots, right? And I did a render of this as well. Here it is without the minifigures, which I really like. I'll probably do a white version at some point, but I didn't start with white. And then here's what it looks like with 144 minifigures on it. So next, let me show you what I've been working on. So here's what I've been working on. It's about halfway finished, which is sort of a little bit of a lie, because the front half takes less bricks than the back half. Obviously, it takes probably about 3 times more bricks on the back. But we can see in the first couple rows what it'll look like. I decided to do it in blue for some reason. I don't know why, but with any build I ever do, there's one piece that's always like very hard to find, and that one is these slopes. They are, I think they were in 1 or 2 sets, and they are hard to find used, and new, they are very expensive. But here's an example. Here's you know, minifigure on one of the stands. You can put the price right here on the front, and then they just, you know, fall in place here. And then you can pick them up very easily. You can then hand that base plate to me or whoever is selling them, so that you can get that price. And then from the front or from the back, you can see all the red spots. Very easy, so you know right where to put the new pieces there. So this is, for the first half here, is really solid. It's actually solid brick. Used a lot of damaged pieces, a lot of fake Lego to do this. In the back here, I decided to space it out a little bit, so I'm going to see how that goes. But we're going to work on getting some more brick there. I think I got enough tiles, blue tiles and blue bricks and red tiles, and I think I got enough of this to do 144. These are used to bring up the tile platform. I've got some bricks that I pulled out of my used bulk, so I think I got enough. I'm using these since nobody buys these. I figured these would be good filler brick, so, and they're cheap too because nobody wants them. So I've been buying those up. The only change I made from the digital version is this is up one brick. So this goes up and then up, it's up one brick level. So this brick level here than what it was, because this was down farther, and it was actually to the point where it was like cutting off half of this slope piece, so that it was like under here. But I found like it was really hard to see figures when they were behind each other like this. So tell me what you think of the stand. You know, there's some drawbacks to this, obviously. The number of bricks that I'm going to be using to build this, the price that's going to be. Luckily, I got as far as I got with my bricks in my store, and the bulk used that I just got laying around. Thankfully, I had a lot of damaged pieces that I could steal from that I just was saving for some reason. But I like to look at this, and I think it'll be a good customer experience. Now you might be asking yourself, Ralph, why are you building this? Are you going to be vending physically in store, at conventions and that? And I don't know. I don't know if I will, but I think the first rule of preparation is, this takes time, right? Like this will be another couple months probably before I finish this, because as fast as I got this done, it's slowed down considerably because I've used all the bricks that I have. I've exhausted the BrickLink sellers that have the most quantity of those slopes, so it's going to take quite a bit of time to finish that off. So I figure I got a year to finish that off, and it's a good little project while I'm searching around for minifigure parts to buy to put together. I'll also check this wanted list to see what I can get there. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit more expensive, but I think it'll be a good customer experience, and it'll look nice. I plan on building one for each color of the original Lego colors, so like this could be a long project that I can do, but we'll see what the future holds in me selling at conventions. But always prepare for what you want to do, not for what is coming up. And yeah, I'll have this ready at some point, and then I'll have it for whenever that opportunity comes. So let me know what you think. And thanks, and talk to you next time.